making food for my team. That's what making a little bit of everything.
Okay.
You know, it's nothing that we ain't done before. Make sure we all eat. We did it in the plant, not like this capacity, but you know, that's kind of along the lines of what we're doing all this for, is to make sure that our team members get to eat, and both the past and the present. You know, we got our future team members right now that are what they call TPTs. We're just trying to fight for equality for them, for the ability for them to go full time. You know, it's bigger than just the full time guys that are already there. It's for these guys that are trying to get there. And that's a big holdup with the company, is they don't want to give these guys a pathway to full time. And that's what we're walking the line for. They've already threw out offers for us full timers. And if you look at what they've offered so far, there's no promise for these full time, or for these part timers that want to be full time, that have been here 5 years doing the same thing we've done, and they just want to go full time. And another thing we're walking this line for is for the guys that paved the way for us before us. It's retirees. I think it's been 19 years since they've had a wage increase in their pension. And if you look at the prices at the grocery store, it ain't been 19 years since they've raised milk and eggs, gas. You know, these guys got families, wives, kids that they gotta support. You know, and the money's there. Obviously, if you look at the CEOs and what they're bringing in, if you look at upper management and what they're bringing in, the money's there. You know, they've raised the prices of coolers 30% in the last 4 years, but they ain't raised no hourly workers' wages in 4 years. You know, people think that, oh, you guys want our prices are gonna go up on the cars. That's gonna happen regardless. It ain't because of our wages. It's gonna happen because of corporate greed and that guy upstairs wanting a bigger yacht or a bigger house. You know, the money's there to share, and we're the ones walking out after 20, 30 years with bodily injuries that we can't get rid of. You know, carpal tunnel, you know, bad joints. You know, we signed up for it, but you're eating off of our hard work. That's all we're fighting for.
So I hear some of the executives saying that if it would be too expensive, it wouldn't be sustainable for the company, and they have to, you know, develop new technologies, and they just can't give you what you're asking for because they can't afford it.
Can they agree to take a succession in their annual salary like we did in '08? When we gave up the pension, when we gave up COLA so that the doors could stay open in the company before the president gave us bailouts? Can they afford to say, hey, instead of $24 million, I'll take $4 million next year? If you're making $24 million a year, you can live off $4 million a year. You can live off $2 million a year. They're not mentioning any succession on their end. You ain't heard them talk about, well, we're gonna lower the wages of every white collar worker we have. No, because if we agree to take less, they're gonna damn sure take more. And until something changes, that's gonna be how it goes. They're for the elimination of the middle class. This right here is a fight, a dying fight that we have to keep the middle class. And that's the separation between rich and poor. You know, and if there's no middle class, that's all you're gonna have left. You're gonna have us going and busting our ass for peanuts as inflation continues, while we fuel up their jets, while we fuel up their yachts. You know, let them buy nice multi-million-dollar houses. Been here 10 years, work, support my kids. I can't go buy anything over $200,000 for a house right now. So.
Yeah, what does it mean? What does it mean for people? You're talking about the middle class. For, you know, like your typical worker in this plant, what does that mean these days?
What does middle class mean?
Yeah, how do you live on what, you know, the average person makes here?
Well, you live on a budget, which is something them guys don't know anything about. They know about budgeting our money and how much we can make, but they don't know how to budget they're not budgeting their own, which is what happened in '08. Mismanagement of the funds is why we had to go to the government for a bailout. So, but for us, this is, us budgeting is making sure we got enough to feed our family, making sure we got enough to pay our bills and keep our family afloat. And every now and then we save up our money so that we can take our family or do something nice for our family. Me personally, I saved my money up so I could put my daughter through a good education in high school. and I'm reaping the reward of it. But it's not like that for everybody, especially these part-timers. They can't budget. They're check to check, and a lot of people in here are like that because they've hired a lot of part-timers. And it was supposed to be, as a retiree goes, then we roll somebody over. That ain't how it is no more. These guys stay part-timers. Why? Because they avoid having to pay them bonuses. They avoid having to roll them in with full-time benefits and take them to top-tier pay. And that's why we're walking the line. It's not for 32-hour work week. It's not for 45% wage increase. Those are bargaining chips. But we're in this for a dogfight so that these guys in the future can get their full-time benefits, so that these guys in the past can get a little bit more than what they deserve.
So when I think about the classic idea of the middle class, right? That,
hold on one second.
Like
hey Corey, you want to help me with this? I
got
got some food coming off the grill.
I'm sorry.
You're all right. Go ahead.
You got to serve. I think about somebody who can pay for a house, you know, put their kids through school,
exactly.
Take a vacation in the summer, own a car that is produced at the place where they work, maybe.
I drive a 11-year-old used Chevy because I can't personally afford to go to the lot and buy a brand new Gladiator that I helped build. But I every day I build about $270,000 Gladiators that the dealership likes to upcharge for. I can't go there and buy one. I mean, not on what I'm trying to do with my family and everything. You know, trying to support and make sure I'm not stretching myself that thin. I'm good, Cora. That's good.
And you're in a better position than the people who are lower on the totem pole that you're talking about.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
And so they're not. You're saying that they're not affording anything close to what I just described.
No. And, you know, and sometimes, you know, they get a little bit of a head, and they're able to go get themselves something nice, and sometimes they're able to live within their means, but a lot of times that's not the case. You know, a lot of times they got to struggle. You know, this city 20 years ago, if you had a job at Jeep 20 years ago, you were middle class, and you were able to have a nice house, and you knew that you guys weren't struggling. It's not the case no more here. That's not the case at all. Right now, with the way inflation's gone, and that's not Jeep's fault. Inflation's happened everywhere around the world, through every company. It's beyond just Jeep or the big three or whatever they want to do. It's beyond that. But this fighting for this contract and these increased wages are the only way we're going to keep the middle class alive in any sort.
Make sure you mention how you're trying to take care of your team and make sure we eat and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, that's I was telling her. I said this ain't just today. We did that in here. We throw together pizza. You know, we make sure we eat, and it ain't if you ain't got it. This is a brotherhood, and even like normal families will bicker amongst each other. But when you come for one of us, we're all coming, and we all got each other's back. And that's like today. This isn't just us cooking. This is a sign of solidarity. Of we're gonna eat regardless.
So I want to tell you, I got a couple comments on what you're saying. It looks like it's from somebody who's a dealer, a Mopar dealer. Do you know what that is?
Mopar dealer? They're a parts supplier.
Okay, so
that I believe just got called out to walk the line, and we're with them.
So this person is saying that it's creating a problem for Mopar dealers. So what about the downstream effects of this? Like people
if it's
chain or dealers of getting
that's casualty of the fight, and it's unfortunate. My suggestion would be get the number to Auburn Hills and call them and tell them to get on their shit so we can get this contract done, so we can all get back to work, so the customer can get their cars serviced and their parts they need, and so that we can get back to building parts for America, cars for America. That's my suggestion. Unfortunately, it's going to be a casualty of that. We don't want to be out here, you know, but we're going to make the best of it until we can get back in there and start building America what they want, the vehicles they love, so that everybody can get back to work. These guys ain't hurting up north in their cushy offices. They're going to get a check regardless. We understand we're not getting a regular paycheck. We're getting what's given to us for the strike fund that we've allocated, that we put into. You know, we don't want that. We want to get back to work, but we're here to fight for what's right.
All right. Anything else you want to say to people around the country about what's going on here and why it's relevant?
Just understand that this is the beginning of a dogfight to keep the middle class. You know, and it's gonna go beyond our union. There's gonna be other unions that are gonna fight for theirs, because corporate greed's real, and we've seen that in America more than enough here as of late. It's beyond politics. You know, you got the lobbyists and all that, but that's another day. But this is about the fight for the middle class, and we're gonna keep doing it as long as we have to get what we need.
All right. Thanks for talking with me.
Well, thank you for coming out.